Kyrie Irving rubbed me the wrong way. So for those who don't know, Kyrie Irving was not present in Boston for Game 7 as his Boston Celtics team took on his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, it's already bad enough that Boston is without the services of Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. You're leaning on a rookie to be your best scorer in Jason Tatum. He did a phenomenal job in the playoffs, but I just thought that was a lot to ask from a rookie to not only be your leading scorer as a rookie, but a lot of times be the vocal leader on the court, because guys like Al Horford, they're not the most vocal guys we've seen in the league. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Al Horford, phenomenal player. But again, he's not the vocalist of leaders. You want your star to be a very vocal leader. So Kyrie Irving doesn't play. He's out. He's injured for the playoffs. By the way, a lot of people will make the case that if Kyrie Irving was healthy, this Boston Celtics team would be in the NBA Finals right now, and they'll be a formidable competitor against the Golden State Warriors because of matchups. They got guys like Jason Tatum that could. I'm not saying he could lock up Kevin Durant. He's not the best defender at his age, but at the bare minimum, he'd make Kevin Durant have to guard him, and he could tire Kevin Durant out. And we've seen Kevin Durant have his moments in that Houston Rockets series where he didn't look like himself. He got frustrated. You got a guy like Jaylen Brown who could hold Klay Thompson. In Game 7, we seen Klay Thompson pick up 3 fouls in the first quarter. You don't think Jaylen Brown, when he's in his aggressive mode, you don't think he could have caused foul trouble for Klay Thompson? And at point guard, Terry Rozier. That's a matchup problem for Steph Curry. Now, Steph would give him fits offensively, but on the other end, Terry Rozier is the same attacking type guard that gave Steph problems in the last round. We got guys like PJ Tucker going at Steph hard, heavy, a lot of body contact. So I'm just saying, and it also, Kyrie Irving would have been in that rotation as a starting point guard. I ain't even bring up him if he was healthy. So I'm just saying, there are a lot of bodies you could have threw at that Golden State Warriors team. Al Horford, Draymond Green, that's almost a wash, if you ask me. Marcus Morris, factor on the court. A case can be made if Kyrie Irving was healthy that this Boston Celtics team would be in the NBA Finals right now. Hell, they barely lost to LeBron, and LeBron had pretty much all his troops. With Kyrie Irving, you got to believe the Boston Celtics don't struggle on the road like they did. You got to believe they win one of those road games in a place that Kyrie Irving is very familiar with, the goals, the nets, the crowd, the everything. And he would have been hyped if he could have been able to send his Boston Celtics team to the finals against his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So not only does he not play in the playoffs, he was injured. It is what it is. Bad knees. I get it. He couldn't even show up. And the reason why he didn't show up to Game 7 was because he had nasal surgery that day? He fixed something dealing with his nose? Are you serious? Couple things here. One, why didn't he have the nasal surgery? Because this is something that's been looming all season with him. Why didn't he have the nasal surgery? I don't know, when he got his knee scoped out a few weeks ago. Okay. Why didn't he put the nasal surgery off? I'm sure it's something that he can live with. He's been living with it for most of the season. Why did he have to have surgery during Game 7, his team's final game of the season, where at worst case they could have used him for motivational support? So you want me to believe that Kyrie Irving didn't show up for the Boston Celtics Game 7 as the leader of that team, already injured because of nasal surgery? Y'all know that's not it, bro. He didn't want to be around there just in case the Cleveland Cavaliers won, and they did. He didn't want to have to watch his former guy LeBron James celebrate on their home court, and there was nothing he could do about it because he can't stay healthy. And that's childish to me. That's petty, and that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving. You got to be a better leader than that. Yo, I love Kyrie Irving and Chris Paul. I love their competitive nature. But a real case can be made if those two guys were healthy in a Game 6, Game 7 situation for their teams respectively. It'll be Boston, Houston in the NBA Finals right now. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And for all those people out there that's like, yo, it's always a next year. All right, keep playing that next year game. That next year game turns into a couple years. You look up in this 5 years and you're never in a position to win a championship again. I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving. I know you were injured, but at least show up and be there for your team. I'm sure a guy of your stature with the millions of dollars you made could have postponed the surgery until the morning. I'm sure your doctor would have figured out a way to have the surgery in the morning. Why miss that game? And don't give me no BS answer of that you didn't want to be a distraction. Come on, bruh. You couldn't be there with your team because you too afraid to see LeBron win on your home court? Well, shit, you ended up watching it from the TV screen. And everybody knows if you were healthy, it'd likely be a different scenario. I just think that when Kyrie Irving did that, it told me a little bit about his character. I'm not happy about that at all. You got to be there for your team. It's already bad enough you're not on the court. At least be there for your team.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaFerro.com, shawty.